Cool. All right. Well, I think it's live now as of like a few seconds ago, at least, or like a minute ago. I need to turn the sound off because I'm now getting a 20-second delayed echo. Um, so this is Intact Radio, episode 2, with a 20-second delay, as we have. And, oh, new pinned chat. Hey, it's Happy Gay. What up, man? So again, this is the show that is supposed to be on a different channel, but it's on this channel because the other channel is still not working. My other channel is called Intact Community, and this is Intact Radio. So, God, that's really distracting. I have to figure out how to set this thing up a little bit better. I think I'm going to go live on Facebook too. So hold on a second. I will let you know. I don't know if I can do both at the same time. That's stupid. I can only live stream to one platform at a time. That's so dumb. Whatever. Okay, well, we'll figure that out eventually. I could also just post this later to Facebook, but yeah, just gonna post it here for today, I guess, on the wrong channel. I know I only have one subscriber on my other channel, so it's probably good to do it here for now anyways. Kind of debating if what I should do there, because this is my private channel. This is like Jordan Norell. That channel is for Intact Community, which is an organization, not a person. So it's different. So anyways, slow to start on this whole live stream thing. I don't know what I'm doing still. So the other channel is Intact Community. I posted a link to it yesterday. And yeah, Intact Community is the new group that I am forming, or organization, more so, based in groups where we meet and discuss intactivism, anything related to intactivism. So yeah, here I am today, just doing this. This live stream kind of sucks because there's a 20-second delay also, so I'm not sure about that. The thing is, it's supposed to be a call-in radio show. Oh yeah, so you can call in to Zoom, and so I can't do that on YouTube. So that's why I'm using Zoom here with a 20-second delay, because then I don't get the chat for a little bit of a delay, but you can call into Zoom and chat me on Zoom, or you can just call into Zoom and talk to me on Zoom. Record on, what am I doing? No, not that. Invite. Okay, posting the invite link. You can now join me on Zoom and we'll talk about stuff. So do that. Kevin Huff, you, thank you for Happy Christmas to you too. You didn't answer the question on Intact Community on the Facebook group, so that's why I didn't let you into the group, Kevin Huff. You need to answer the question and also agree to the rules on the thing. um, so that I know that you're going to follow the rules of the group, and so that I know that you're passionate and active. I mean, I can kind of assume so from what you've said on here, but I'm trying to only let people into the group who actually answer the questions that you're supposed to answer. So that's why I didn't do that. You know, some kind of surgery being offered in order to reduce the damage of circumcision? Octavio, no, I do not. I do not know of any such surgery or surgeon. I mean, I know that there is non or surgical foreskin restoration, but I don't know anyone who actually does it. Um, the question should pop up when you try to join the group. I'm hearing that Kevin Huff is a good guy and that Foreskin Police, I mean, sorry, Happy Gay, who's definitely a different person than Foreskin Police. Oh, he just said he's Foreskin Police. He admitted it himself, so now I'm not stepping on his toes. Well, that's good. Don't want to blow your cover, man. But you blew it yourself. So, anyways, yeah, good to see you all here. Okay, Kevin, apparently Happy Gay's vouching for you, so maybe I'll just let you in the group, even though you didn't answer the question. I don't know how it comes up on your phone, but it should like show up like right when you try to join the group. Anyways, has anyone tried to join the Zoom meeting yet? To talk to me? I'm lonely, guys. Why aren't you talking to me? It's not the same with chat. I'm posting this link again so that someone will join on the Zoom. Let me know if the Zoom link doesn't work. Yeah, and in the description of this video, you should already be able to see the Facebook Intact Community group that you can join. That should be doable now. And I'll also, after this is done, I'll post a link to my other YouTube channel. So anyways, yeah, this is the Intact radio show. And on this show, what we do is talk about intactivism, which includes protecting children from genital mutilation. For example, boys from having their foreskin forcibly removed without their permission, or girls having their clitoris removed without their permission, or intersex children having their intersex genitalia removed without their permission. Those are things are bad. I would like to make the case for, and we shouldn't do it because it's wrong to cut off parts of children without their consent. I don't know. It seems obvious to me, but it's apparently controversial. For Octavio, the major problem for me being cut is the agony of the sensation of the glands rubbing against the clothes. Yes, and I've heard that from other men cut as adults too. That the real problem is for them is actually having the glands exposed is really horrible experience. I mean, the sexual loss is horrible too, but somehow that's actually really horrible for adult men who get themselves mutilated by accident, who don't really want to be quote unquote circumcised, but do it for whatever reason or think they want to, but then they realize, oh, this is actually horrible. Yeah, O-rings are very helpful. Very true, Kevin. They help you maintain um what do you call it? Retain, that's the word I'm looking for. Retain your foreskin over the glands. Sorry, I'm like a little bit low energy today again. I'm not even sleepy. I slept a long time. Although I did wake up at like 5 a.m. and lay there for an hour and think about all the ways I was like all the shit I was gonna say to my mom. It's really unpleasant because I wasn't like trying to think about it. It was just like automatic thoughts, or what do you call it? Intrusive thinking. And it's just like, fuck. I'm always low energy. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know either. My friend Carter says, who I'm hoping to have on here the next couple days, Carter Steinhoff says, it's all about you got to exercise. You got to like be like hardcore, like running. Like he likes to do it in the woods apparently, like barefoot, just sprinting through a forest. And then like after he's done, he'll like sit there and like meditate. And like he's like, yeah, that's all I did, and now I'm feel totally better about circumcision. You just have to like be an athlete, like hardcore, and it changes your brain chemistry, which is true. I think being healthy. I run every day. I try to eat healthy, and I think that does really improve my mental emotional state from what it otherwise would be, and improves my energy. So meditation also helps me a lot. Also sleeping a lot also helps. Yesterday I was sleep deprived and kind of it's not good. So Intact Radio Show, yeah, trying to figure out what the show is, right? Like, what do you want me to talk about? Tell me, because it's the live show, right? So I could say anything. I could talk about anything here, but I want to, I want it to be interactive, right? It's like I've made a couple hundred videos, and I could make hundreds more, but like, it's more interesting, in my opinion, when you have an interactive element. Actually, I don't know. Can you join this? I'm just thinking about this right now. I don't know if you can. I think you can still join it even though it's already live. I'm not sure though. I just realized that I don't know if that's possible or not. Since, yeah, I think it is. I hope so. Um, Happy Gay. Oh, well, he's getting ready, so he's not trying to join yet. So that might be why he hasn't joined. Yeah, I'm not going to be here that long, dude, so you better hurry up. How long have I been on here? I was only going to do it for like, I hate how Zoom doesn't give you a time. Like, I don't know when I started. I'm trying to do this for like about half an hour, though. So it's already been like 10 minutes. Anyways, yeah, I want to do this like all day, every day, right? Like a few hours every day. Hey, Kevin Huff is here. Well, I'm just going to admit him because I feel like it. Hello, Kevin. What's up? I can't. Oh, sorry. I had my sound off because there's an echo. Okay, I muted my YouTube, so that should fix that. What's up? I still can't hear you though. So.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you.
Hey, what's good, Jordan?
What's up, Kevin?
Not much. Am I on the live?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was kind of the. I mean, obviously, I don't know why he wouldn't be on the live because I. Oh, and he left. Oh, and he's back. Because you were watching and then you called in to do the thing that I was saying. So obviously, you're on the live.
Yes, sir.
Um, Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do this at the same time as I'm like, so I can see the chat, but also see this video. This is new to me. How's it going?
Oh, it's all right, bro. Could be better. Could be better.
Yeah, I feel that. It's Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Doing
But
anything exciting or just like sitting in your depression?
yeah, sitting in depression. No, I
Yeah.
don't know. No, I thought I shouldn't join because I knew it'd be awkward, but thought I should. But
Awkward's okay. I'm always awkward.
yeah, no, me too. Me too.
uh, yeah. Um, hold on, I'm reading the live stream here. Oh, Octavia took away his message. Blah blah blah. Oh my god, I did it as an adult because my doctor recommended it. Yeah, that's the thing. You can't trust doctors. Most people don't know that because most of the time doctors are reliable for a lot of things, but like apparently not this sexual stuff. So, anyways, yeah. uh, so what's uh, what's on your mind?
I don't know. I just joined to talk to you, but I don't know. Whole intact radio thing. What are you just talking about? Spreading the word.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it's like anyone can call in and talk about intactivism, circumcision, whatever they want to. I feel like it's sort of a new format because I haven't seen anyone really do anything like this before. And so, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. Like, if there was something like this, I know I would want to join it. I know a friend of mine, Brendan Murata, who did the film American Circumcision, wanted to do like a weekly show. Um, and so I think he'll probably join it sometime. I'm admitting Foreskin Police now is here also.
Of course.
Um, because like yeah, it's just there's no one like doing a weekly show or in this case a daily show, hopefully that where you can just tune in and like hear what's going on, um, and hear what people are thinking about, what people are want to know about it. So
Hello.
Wow, bro.
hey,
What is up?
what's up, Kyle? I mean Foreskin Police. Sorry, your name's not Kyle. Trying to respect the privacy um, of members. But I didn't say your last name because I don't know your last name. So I feel like it doesn't really matter. But what's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing. Just walking around.
I see. In Florida.
Yep.
What's the weather like there?
It's a little bit cold. It's like 50, 60 degrees.
Ooh, that is
Yeah, hold on.
a little chilly. It's like 70 here in California.
Yeah.
In the wrong state. Just kidding. I'm moving actually anyways, so fuck this place.
You said you're gonna be homeless in Portland?
I'm not gonna be homeless. I just am homeless right now. And I'm gonna be homeless for like a few days, but then I'm gonna get an apartment.
Where you at right now? You're not.
I'm in Los Angeles, or right outside of like a suburb of Los Angeles in Simi Valley.
You're
And
not in like a tent though. You're like in a house or something.
oh yeah, today I've been in this house for past week or so because John Adkison is moving, so he needed me to get out of the tent. And yeah, so now I'm in where his sons used to live, but now they're already moved to the new house.
Mm.
So I'm waiting for all of them to finally move out all the way, and then I'll move.
Uh,
Yeah. Where are you at?
I'm in California, but
Where in California?
Modesto, it's like northern California, but
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't think I've been there before. I haven't been north of San Francisco really.
oh yeah, it's over there. Kyle, bro, Kyle's so funny, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos. I can't watch them too much because they traumatize me. But that's anything related to foreskin. I only make my own videos. Like a Lil Wayne, who only listens to his own music. I'm the Lil Wayne of foreskin.
You are, bro.
Basically. So, anyways, yeah. You excited for the group on Tuesday?
Very excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be a party. Brendan's gonna be there. A bunch of other random people who I don't know are gonna be there. So it should be good. We've got one guy from Denmark. I'm the Lil Wayne of foreskin. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Mm-mm. Who's someone has their computer on in the background, I think. I'm hearing like an echo from myself. Or no, maybe it's just sound. I think that's Foreskin Police. Your sound is from your phone. No, I can't hear you. Because you muted it.
Okay. You wanted me to put it on mute when I'm not talking?
Yeah, that might be good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to get people to get like headsets like this. I had a couple that I was sending out to my interview participants because then it takes care of the mute problem for the most part. But or you can just mute it, I guess. Yeah. What else? Hold on. Let me look at see if we got any more comments here. What's up, guys? From I don't know how to pronounce those letters. I think it's in like Arabic or something. What up? Hey, David Dates. If you want to, you can call into the show, people. I'm going to post this link again in the chat. So if you want to join the Zoom call, we have a bunch of people here. Yeah, I'm feeling like I should bring like a topic for discussion because now we're just like sitting here and no one has like any, like our topic for discussion is intactivism, but no one has any like specific comments. Or if you do, you can bring them up, but. Yeah. Did I just see like a?
I have a topic.
Okay.
I think we should do bloodstained men like every single day, every single time we leave the house.
You stole that idea
Yeah.
from John Atkinson.
I don't know.
He had it first. Well, you might not have stolen it intentionally, but it was in the ether. He was saying that like months ago.
Oh.
But I agree. That's a great idea. We should all do that.
Yeah.
So like, would it be like just like wear the outfit and like walk around and like?
Yeah. I guess unless you really can't, like you have to go to work and wear whatever.
Right. I like that. I'll do it if you do it.
Okay.
All right.
And then also my other idea was to have like a baby emoji, scissors, eggplant in like no smoking sign, and make that into a shirt.
Mm, it sounds good. It sounds good.
Mm,
Do it. I don't know how to make a shirt. That sounds way
I
out of
don't
my
either.
league, but
I don't know.
this one guy who was like a follower of my videos wanted to make me a bunch of shirts, and he sent me these like long like emails, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm your biggest fan," and I'm like, "Okay, cool. Here, I'll tell you, I'll give you some T-shirt designs that were like just like simple like phrases." And he's like, "Okay," and then he never made the shirts, and then he stopped talking to me. Like,
Uh,
well, I came up with a bunch of cool T-shirt designs, but I need someone to make them.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a good idea though. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you gotta do stuff. um, that's something that I'm going to be talking about on the intact community thing. Is like how what actions could we collectively commit to together? You know, it's like what could
Yeah.
we actually do? Because a lot of people just end up like sitting around talking about stuff, but then they don't actually do anything, which doesn't actually. It helps a little bit. Talking is good, but doing is better. I got someone on here. Ivan is joining the chat. Ivan, you are invisible and have no audio. Hi, Ivan.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi, Ivan. Nice to meet you. Are you on the chat somewhere? Is one of the people in the, or are you just joining new person?
Sorry, what do you mean from the YouTube or?
Yes.
Yeah, I joined from the link that you posted in the YouTube chat from the live stream.
Cool. Well, good to have you here, man. Where are you
All
joining us
right,
from?
cheers. From Europe, the UK specifically.
Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. It's good to have some UK representation. There's a lot of great UK intactivism from 15 Square. I don't know if you know them, but I've been in contact with them a little bit. And
I had no idea.
yeah, it's a good group. They do some outreach stuff. They do a lot of stuff with intact guys actually, because right, UK is mostly intact. And so they help guys who are having problems with phimosis or whatever, give them information that doctors might not give you.
Ah,
And
yeah, so good.
yeah, super important. They also do like support groups for guys. Um, they've done a lot of things. They share stories. Um, yeah, they've been around for like a couple decades. So, anyways, what brings you to the call?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose I think people need to realize that there's a community out there for them. It's so easy to be down in the dumps about things. But I think it really helps to have a community of people who care. Because there are people who care, and I care about others. I want to help, have an influence, an impact. Positivity. Because yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's couldn't agree more. That having someone to like just connect with over this, community of people who get it. Most guys don't have that, and I talk with a lot of intactivists who are kind of already very in like the community with a lot of other intactivists, and they forget that there's a lot of guys out there who aren't aware of that, or don't have anyone to connect with. Oh my goodness, I have another person in the waiting room. David Johnson going to admit to the call. Yeah, there's a big need, and positivity too is like is so missing. Hi, David. In like the community with a lot of.
Yo, what's up?
How's it going?
Oh, it's good.
Good. Glad to have you here. Where are
Yeah,
you
I'm
joining
David
us from?
Dates in the
Okay.
comments.
Okay, cool. Where are you located?
I'm living in Ecuador right now, actually, but
Okay.
I'm from Cali.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. I know there's an activist in Ecuador named Piazza Nico Sif, who's actually
Yeah.
doing a documentary.
I don't know her personally, but a lot of my friends know her actually.
That's great.
Yeah.
Small
She's cool.
small country.
Well, I live in the same town as her, but I've just never met her.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. I haven't talked with her in a while, but she was doing a documentary on healing circumcision trauma, and then kind of fell off the face of the earth for a little while. So
Yeah, I want to try to like meet her and do a session with her or something, but I just haven't done it yet.
yeah, me too. I'll have to come visit you sometime in Ecuador. That sounds like a fun place to be.
Yeah, I lived here for 2 years, and then I moved for a while, and then I just came back recently. So I'm just kind of like meeting people again and stuff.
Yeah. Do you find people are what's the stance toward intactivism in that part of the world?
I honestly, the locals, they don't even know what it is really. They don't even know what circumcision is. Like it's
Right.
not really a thing. It's just not a thing here. Like, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like it's like that in a lot of places.
I think maybe if you're in like a major city and you give birth at a hospital, maybe they mention it, but like in general, it's just not even. I don't even think most people are aware of it.
Right. Yeah, I know Octavio is in Brazil, and he was sold it by a doctor basically who said, "Oh, you have phimosis," I think it was, and he was like, "Okay, I guess if that's what I have to do," and he just had no idea because no one really knows what it is, so I don't think he really understood it fully. Yeah, it's a problem with when it's done when doctors do try to sell it because they're just like, oh, okay, whatever. A lot of people who are international, I think, don't know why that it's a like bad thing.
Honestly, that's part of the reason why I like living here is just some part of me enjoys being around people who are just not circumcised. Maybe that sounds weird, but it's just like, well, if everyone around me, like, I feel like it's kind of healing in a way. Although, like, obviously, I still go through my own shit. But
yeah, I wonder what that would be like. I've never been. I mean, I've been in Mexico, but like it was at a resort, so it wasn't actually where people were necessarily all intact.
Yeah.
So I haven't really actually experienced that myself. It does sound nice. I've heard other guys say that too. Like it's like, oh yeah, everyone here is just like basically gets that the foreskin is there for a reason and it's good. And like, I wonder too, like what the difference is. I notice like when I talk to circumcised versus intact guys, I can actually often tell a difference in personality. And I'll just be like, oh, I know you're circumcised, or oh, this guy, I'm pretty sure he's intact.
Yeah, I feel like that too.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to like do some sort of study and see the differences, but it's just such a hard thing to like manage that. But just like my personal experience, like I feel like I can tell pretty easily.
for
don't know.
sure.
One of the local guys here named Jose, like he's a taxi driver, and he takes me around everywhere, and he's like the nicest person ever. Like I just know he's not circumcised. He's just the most friendly, just like, I don't know, talkative person, and I'm so not like that. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain like comfort and
Yeah,
feeling of safety or something just to like
yeah,
be alive.
exactly.
I don't know if you saw, but there's a paper recently that went around in the intactivist circles. Brian Earp was one of the authors on it, and it was about how they did a study that showed that circumcised men have um, are more like emotionally unstable and have more like social difficulties, difficulties in relationships. So they actually just recently had a study on that. There's like a actual difference in personality related to uh, they think it's related to the trauma of it, and you develop like a different style of being because um, you're priming the person to be like ready for more trauma, basically, to be more anxious and
I think it's like a coping mechanism when you experience something like so painful, especially at such an early age where you can't, like, because I feel like even if you were circumcised later in life, like even though it's horrible, you can still mentally prepare yourself for
Mhm.
that in some way. But I think the early childhood trauma is, it becomes very hard because you don't even know like your behaviors where they came from, because you just think that's who you are. But it's kind of like you develop certain behaviors to cope with that trauma as early, like starting as a child, and you don't even know that that's like part of the trauma. You just think that that's your natural personality, but it's really not. It's weird.
Yeah, how
Right.
much do you think anesthesia has an effect on that?
Well, I've actually thought about this quite a bit, but like they put like the sugar thing in your mouth, which, and sugar is like one of the most addictive substances out there. Like it's even more addictive than like cocaine and stuff. So it's basically training you at a super early age to like numb when you experience, natural, like trauma is natural in life. Everyone's going to experience bad things. And then when you do like come up against those barriers as an adult, your natural tendency is to numb it out. So like a lot of people end up being drug addicts and stuff like that because they don't have a healthy way of coping with natural trauma in their life. So that's, they're like sticking a sugar thing in your mouth to try to like calm you down, and it's just, they're basically trying to like drug you out. But
Interesting. Is that sorry, I didn't know about the sugar thing. Is that for the neonatal?
yeah, well, like, well, the baby obviously starts crying when they start the procedure, so they have like these sugar, these like pacifiers with sugar on it, and they'll stick it in your mouth to calm you down or whatever.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty odd when you think about it. Eliangar Sargon talks about this point sometimes. It's like really like what kind of strange psychotic thinking has doctors thinking like, oh, because it's a baby, therefore we just give him like some sugar and we can like cut apart his dick. Like they would never do that to an adult, you know. It's not like some magical because it's a
Yeah.
child.
It's like,
It's
oh,
it just numbs the
we're doing
pain.
heart surgery on you. We'll just give you some sugar, and that'll be enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, I do wonder too what the if having like a full dorsal nerve block that you wait 15 full minutes to do any cutting, if that would reduce the trauma or not. I really wish they would do a study to try to figure that out and look at babies who have had better or worse um, anesthesia because I'm
Yeah.
curious about that too. That would be revealing, I think. If they could do some kind of retrospective study and look at doctors who use it and don't, and what the difference is between. I'm sure there's some way to figure it out, but yeah, again, it's like getting it done. I don't know how you would achieve that.
Yeah, it's funny. You were saying, I was watching one of your videos. Oh yeah, you were saying how like for some reason you can't repress the trauma, whereas like I don't know, my dad, he's like he's very clearly traumatized. Like he, for example, like he hates being touched or like massaged or like if you like if my mom or something wanted to like massage him, he would just like immediately freak out. Like his nervous system is like super sensitive for some reason. But like he just like he's fully repressed. Like he cannot process trauma like at all. And he doesn't think that he has any trauma.
Interesting.
And he'll go to like an extreme extent to just like avoid any sort of a conversation or anything like that. And it's kind of weird how different people react to trauma differently. It's kind of fascinating, I guess.
Yeah, there's some literature on that that's I get into a little bit in my book. There's like the fight, flight, and freeze response are kind of the classic different ways of responding to a trauma and or any horrible event. So that's some of the different responses you see are like some people just like shut down and freeze. Some do the flight thing, which means they try to escape it in some way. They try to cope with it or get away. And then some people fight and get really angry and like attack.
Yeah.
And yeah, none of them are necessarily great for
Right.
actually healing it long term. But I got a comment from Bolt Clan. Have you tried wearing a fake fabric foreskin? You calm like a bird when you put a cloth over its eyes and can make you feel safe. It will get rid of the anger while it's on. I definitely can say for me, like, that's true that like doing foreskin restoration can really help. For me, that's taking a long time, but like having a retainer on also just feels a lot better than like I feel really shitty when I don't have a retainer on or when I'm not restoring. So would recommend restoration is one thing that helps a lot. Yeah. Or wearing a, what's it called? Manhood. Talked about yesterday, I think. It's a product that helps cover your glands. Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. I've never had any kit or anything like a retainer. I should get something like that.
Yeah. O-rings, someone mentioned earlier too, are great. You can buy a bunch of O-rings on Amazon for really cheap of different sizes and figure out what size you need. If you have enough skin to pull over the glands. Or the manhood works even if you don't have it because it covers it. It actually covers it itself rather than pulling your skin up. Although you could also pull your skin up and then have that cover it or hold it in place.
I'll check it out. Mine will be quite large though, obviously. So.
Yeah.
I can't resist.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No problem. I say the same thing myself. Yeah, that's good thing to point out. Just let everyone know, make sure we're all
Of
aware.
course. Hey, hold on. Sorry, I didn't catch his name, but I think it's Foreskin Police. Is he still here?
He is here.
Right. Okay.
I think,
Well,
unless I
I've
don't
got
know
a question for him.
Yep, I'm still here. I just had it on mute because I didn't want to have the feedback loop.
Yeah, no worries. So my question is, yeah. So why don't you do restoration? You said you don't want to have, I think you used the term Frankenstein dick. Like,
Oh,
what's all that?
um, I'm just afraid that if I do more stuff to it, that I'll cause like irreversible changes that foraging can't fix.
Ah, okay, interesting. Right, okay.
Because I feel like since they cut it off, whatever foraging is trying to do, I feel like they're gonna work on mostly on just people who don't mess with it more. I'm getting nervous. I can't talk.
Right. Okay.
Because I hear like the background audio.
Oh, sorry. What background audio?
I think it's from YouTube because I have both apps open. Maybe I should close the other one.
Ah, yeah. Yeah.
that might help. Yeah, I
But
can't
that's
do
a
it
good
whenever
point.
I
I
have the
never
background.
thought of that actually, because I don't know. I don't
What?
understand the regenerative medicine. I never studied it. I never really looked into it. I don't really know how that actually works in practice. But yeah, that's an interesting point because I was kind of confused when I read that comment from you.
Are you the Russian guy?
Yep.
The Russian letters?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Wait, you're Russian and you're in the UK?
Nah, that's just my YouTube name. You know.
Oh. Okay. My YouTube name is Jordan Rell. Got very
Oh,
creative with it
yeah.
because it's also my real name. Hi, Isabel. Isabel's talking from the chat. Yeah, so Foragin plans to have, my thought is we can't assure anything 100% because we don't really know, but it seems to me like if you restore your foreskin, you should be able to just remove the restored foreskin and then put a new regenerated one where it is. And we're intending to do that for restored guys. So to me, it's like I don't know how long foraging is going to take, and I can't tolerate not doing anything because it does help a lot, But I always encourage guys to restore because it's like it probably won't affect it, but it makes a huge difference in the meantime. So
Perhaps.
you know.
Oh, I've got a question for you, Jordan.
Yes.
Do you know a guy by the name Tugger McStretchy?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What happened? Because he deleted all his videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I reached out to him recently. I still haven't got a reply on email.
I don't know what happened. Could be that his account was taken down too. It's possible.
Ah, yeah.
But that would, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he does things that would cause his account to get taken down from what I've seen. Nudity, if he tried to share like a video, then that could have been a problem.
Yeah, he showed his dick on one of his videos.
Well,
Yeah.
that's probably why it got taken down. That happened to another intactivist by the name of Calvin Chang, who was my favorite intactivist. He had a whole YouTube channel with a lot of rambling videos that were pretty fun. but he showed his dick and got his channel taken down. So yeah, you can't do that, unfortunately. I almost got this channel taken down because of my circumcision videos channel, or not channel, but playlist, which was just like a playlist of other people's videos of circumcisions so that people could see it. And they're like, hey, you can't have a playlist of that. You get a warning. So that's a little alarming because now like I think you get 3 strikes or something. And
Interesting.
I can't show videos of genital mutilation, even if it's not my own videos.
That's strange how they'll allow those videos to be on their platform, but you can't put them in playlists. That's quite strange.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I don't understand how that logic works, but guess I won't make any. It's not worth it to get my whole channel taken down. So yeah, I hope Dang, I don't know. That really sucks that his channel got taken down. Because yeah, I was talked with him over YouTube too. I mean over email. So I'm hoping that he will start a new channel or something, but it's pretty discouraging to try to start a new channel. It's a lot of work. So yeah. James Lowen has also got his channel taken down a couple times. He has Bonobo 3D, the Bloodstained Men channel. Or it shows a lot of the Bloodstained Men videos. So, yeah, I'm curious, any feedback from people on this call or anyone who's watching on the YouTube, what topics might be interesting to cover? Because we could talk about anything here, and it's we can just do a natural conversation flow too. But if there's anything someone wants to discuss a little bit more.
I want to talk about like disowning your parents, like just victims of genital mutilation in general, just disowning their parents.
Mm-hmm. What about
Like
it?
I know it's not like normal, and oh, how could you disown your parents and all that, but I just feel like it would be a really good thing to do to like what's the word, like to this sounds stupid, but to like boycott them, kind of, like don't give them any love, don't give them any, don't see them on Christmas, like Thanksgiving, just anything until they like commit to put in a certain amount of money, as much as you can possibly get into foraging or whatever regenerative medicine thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds stupid, like, and childish, but I just feel like if we could somehow do it, it would kind of like force them to wake up. Like, it's either you're going to lose your child because they're not going to talk to you ever again, and they're not going to show you any love, or you're going to put the money into foraging every month. You're going to commit to, like, those tiers they have, like the engineer, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just my stupid idea.
Interesting. What does David or Ivan think about that? I have thoughts, but does anyone else?
I think it would depend on your personal relationship with them. Like, I've ever since I've been dealing with this, it's made it a lot harder to have a good relationship with my parents. But for me personally, like if I thought disowning them was gonna make me feel better, I would do it. But it just makes me feel like actually worse. So I prefer to like try to maintain a good relationship with them. And I think I don't know if like closing off is the best strategy. So I always feel like open communication seems to get things done in a better way. But like, I see your point that it's just like people don't take it seriously, and like no matter how much I talk about it to certain people, like they're never gonna get it, and it's really frustrating. So I definitely understand that aspect of it.
Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped talking to my dad like a week ago just because he was being stupid. And so he told me he didn't mutilate my genitals. And I was like, okay, ending this conversation and blocking you. Because, like, he knows everything that he needs to know about it quite thoroughly. And thinks that I need to, like, stop thinking about it or something. And it's like, well, I've tried that quite a lot, actually, and it doesn't work. So please stop trying to tell me how to fix what you did to me without taking responsibility yourself. So to me, it was just like an emotional thing. I actually had to do that to like not deal with his bullshit at this point for my own health. But yeah, that's interesting idea. If more men would do that, just some kind of collective action, like would be really. I was thinking about this actually like a week or two ago. If there's like a forge and put out like a um, parents circumcision apology pledge, something like that. Like ask your parents to donate like 10% of their income, or like at least like $100 a month or something, and like have everyone do that, and we like set up a whole program and be like, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you talk to your parents. Here's the form they fill out. Here's the thing. And if everyone did that, I don't think Foragin would go for it is the problem, but
Why not?
someone could set that up. It's just not the personality of the organization at this point.
Uh, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, you should do it.
I don't know how to do it.
I guess it's kind of hard if you don't have access to Foragin supporters. Or the database. But yeah, I really do want to. I feel like it's not a bad thought, you know, to do something. It could be a a compromise between the two, where it's some kind of like maybe open, a little bit more open conversation. I think the problem with disowning your parents completely can be that then they might just be like, okay, whatever, then we're not going to talk to you either, and then it doesn't actually fix anything necessarily, or at least it doesn't get money from them. If they're just like,
Well,
fine.
yeah. But if your parents like love you a lot, like mine claim to, then it might work really well, maybe. Because so far I've gotten, well, about 500 from my mom, and then like my dad's, it's complicated with my dad, but maybe you could kind of consider 1,000 or 2,000 for my dad, maybe. But I don't know if that's considered as something else for something else, or if that's considered for this whole thing.
Right. Yeah, it's a good a little bit of money at least.
Yeah.
For sure. I haven't gotten a lot. I asked for some for restoration devices, and they didn't even give me like all I asked for that, which was I think 1,000 from my mom. She gave me like 700 or something like that. 200 from my dad, or 300, and he gave me like 200 or 100. So they didn't actually even give me what I asked for, which should have been like it right there. But I don't know. There's definitely something to be said of like keeping some line of communication open.
Wait, what did you say? They didn't give you what you asked for, something?
Yeah, they gave me just less than what I asked for, which I should maybe, I don't know, been more I'm not a very demanding person. I'm not good at like confrontations. It's my worst skill, actually. I'm terrible at it, so that's a
Have you
problem.
tried alcohol?
I've haven't tried it as
Helps
a
a
tool
lot.
for, yeah. Uh, I don't know if it worked for me. I just get more like depressed.
Oh,
I am a good angry drunk if I like am really drunk and like blacked out. I throw chairs and scream at people and throw other things. But
oh.
then I don't remember it, so it doesn't really. I, I don't know. Yeah, that probably isn't a good strategy for me, at least. Uh, hmm. Yeah.
There's not much I wish to say about the parents thing, but I would say, in my personal opinion, uh, I can't really forgive them for what they did, but I don't. I think it's not really their fault entirely either, because all things considered, it's really the system that failed us. It's not their intentions. Uh, it's the entire fucking medical profession and the doctors and all that. So even in a country like the UK, where it's not like the USA, where it's the neonatal procedure, just as standard procedure, just completely without any what's the word, just without any reason, they just
Diagnosis.
do it, right? Yeah. And even here it's like they just don't understand. I've realized that people really just don't understand their own bodies, both for male and female. They just don't understand, I think.
Why did your parents do it to you? Or why did they say?
Oh, because phimosis, yeah. But I've done my research, and you can't actually diagnose a child with phimosis, until you're like 17 or 18. Maybe then, you can consider some kind of what's the words, correction therapy, surgery. But even then, it's like, think about it, it's like, even at that point, if you struggle with phimosis as an adult, it's like, what's the word? It's like, why would you? I don't know if you are familiar with with Brit Millar and Brit Pariah. You know,
Oh,
it
yeah.
yeah, it kind of ties back to the history behind circumcision and the sort of religious aspect of it, the history behind it. But it's like, why do they still do the Brit Pariah thing? Why would they cut off the entire thing instead of maybe half of it or something? And then, in my opinion, honestly, it shouldn't even be the immediate solution. I think that the solution. I mean, I'm not an expert, yeah, but I think the solution should be maybe some kind of stretching. Because in my case, I'm doing tons of stretching either way. I would be doing stretching either way, wouldn't I? But now I'm doing way more now anyway, and it's not a good situation. You know.
Yeah. And the steroid creams help too.
Pardon?
And the steroid creams they say you should try before cutting anything off and stretching.
Ah, okay. Thank you. Interesting.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But yeah, as I said, it's sort of the system. It's the entire system at fault. Our whole society, our culture of it's brainwashing. It's how people see our our bodies and the medical profession. So it's not really. I honestly can't. I can't just put the blame on the parents. It's just not really the logical thing to do from where I'm standing, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah. It definitely doesn't really. It's not super logical, in my opinion. At least in my case, I know my parents actually really tried to get it right and did research, and my brother was left intact, but then he was circumcised because I think probably because of, they said adhesions, I think, but I think that was because of improper care or something, probably prescribed by the doctor or done by the doctor. So then they're like, oh well, we don't want our son to have to go through the same thing, so may as well just do it when he's born. Um, so yeah, it's the whole medical thing is like pretty messed up. um, and yeah, addressing that systemic problem is difficult to like fix the whole thing. So it's to me, it's like it's just more, it feels more natural to attack my parents who uh, um, are right there, and like, I know them, and it's, I don't know, emotionally it feels better to be angry at my parents, to me, because I can actually put a face to it, I guess. But I don't think it's necessarily actually logical, at least in my
I
case.
put all. Oh, sorry. I put all the blame on my parents, like all of it, pretty much. Maybe, yeah. Never mind.
I think that's the emotional thing. That's sort of the emotional reaction. It's like I've done that as well. Like it's very easy for me to kind of go back into that mode, of like being very fucking angry, and that's where it comes from. It's very easy for me to do that. And I suppose for anyone. But I like to kind of hopefully not get too heated, and just kind of try and think about things logically. Sometimes it's difficult, but yeah, I believe in that.
Yeah, some cognitive therapy. Try to So cognitive therapy is, it's like trying to come at it from a more logical perspective, like what actually makes the most sense, and also what like logically would be the most helpful perspective that I could take uh, in order to achieve whatever I am trying to achieve. So for me also, there's definitely value in, like, it just sucks to hate your parents, so it's nice to try to figure out how I can have some more empathy for their perspective, if I can do that.
Yeah, and I can't disown them if I still live with them. So, whatever.
It
It's hard
does
to.
totally. Sorry.
No, you can go ahead.
I was just gonna say it does totally suck to like hate your parents. Like I know exactly what you mean. Like I don't want to hate them. I just like I feel the need. I feel like I have to hate them to help. This sounds stupid, but to like help, I feel like to help the movement, I have to hate them or something. Because otherwise, I feel like if I don't, then they're just gonna get away with it, and I don't know. But I just I understand. Like I can't speak English. Never mind.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Um,
I think
feeling.
that's why it's good to have groups like this to where you can kind of say anything you want and you're not going to be judged, and you can feel like you can get your emotions out. Because I think like what Jordan said is really important. It's like we're trying to figure out what's the best way to like actually make change. So like if I thought just raging at my parents was actually gonna do anything, I would do it. And I have done it many times, and it just never for me it doesn't do anything. Like it just makes the situation worse. But I feel like that too. Like I feel like I have to hate them in some ways just because of what was done to me, and that's just like the raw emotion. But I have to like find ways to deal with that healthy, like in a healthy way, and not like just rage at people, because for me it just doesn't it just makes my life even worse than it already is. That's just like the way I look at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say something before and I totally forgot what it was. But hey, like to me the definitely I'm not good with like being in a really negative state. Like I've heard some intactivists be like, "Oh yeah, I just feel like hatred and rage all the time," and it's like it's all good. Like to me, like I get like suicidal, like in the borderline. Like
He said it makes
yeah,
you suicidal.
yeah. If I'm feeling like too shitty, I just like cease to function and yeah, I feel like not even able to be alive. So I have to do something to manage my emotions a little bit personally, or try to heal, whatever that means. Um, yeah, there's something I wanted to say after. I can't remember what the last thing that Ivan said was, but I had a comment that I was going to make, and then I totally blanked on what it was.
You were saying that you don't like to be in a negative state and that you get suicidal.
It was before that. It was like 2 minutes ago. I'll watch it on the replay and then come back, but I don't remember what it was. Um, yeah. Yeah, parents, it's a hard thing to deal with because they never really seem to fully get it, at least in my experience. Um, and yeah, when I express stuff, it's like it feels a little bit better sometimes, or like good in the moment. It's better than not saying anything at all, like before I talk to them at all. But then it's like I feel like it's never enough. You know, I say stuff to them about how I'm upset about it, and it doesn't really fix it fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think it's just learning how to cope with trauma and having more tools to deal with it, and more effective tools, and more healthy, like things that are just gonna, I don't know, it's like you can never fully heal from it. And I mean, that's kind of my belief. I don't think you're ever gonna like fully heal from it, but it's like, how can I how can I start making my life a little bit better instead of just like wallowing and making it worse? And it's just like, it's really hard for me too. Like I've struggled with drug addiction and suicide, and my best friend last year committed suicide over circumcision. And it was a whole crazy thing. And it's very hard when people don't, like, you want people to understand what you're going through. You like deeply want that. And that's part of like getting angry at people. It's like, can't you just, even if you can't heal it, like, can you at least just understand like what's going on? And it's very painful to be rejected when you're trying to open up, and then they just don't get it. So and that's why I'm here. That's why I listen to Jordan and stuff, because it's like you got to have somebody who's going to actually understand you. Otherwise, you're just going to go crazy. That's how I am, at least.
I'm sorry to hear about your friend. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, especially after
Yeah,
what happened
sorry.
with me, because he was like my best friend. I was talking to him every day about it. He was the guy who like I could actually be myself around. So after that happened, it was just like I just fell into like a deep pit of depression, and just like I couldn't do like my daily job anymore. I couldn't focus on anything. It was just horrible. So I'm just like dragging myself out of that pit. But yeah, it's like if you keep going to one person, like your parents or whatever, and they just don't get it, like it's almost like you're just beating your head against the wall at some point. It's like it's just kind of like a waste of energy, in my opinion. You just
Yeah.
need to stop doing that.
For sure. What things do you use now for healing, David, or for improving your life?
I exercise a lot. Like I need to actually, if I don't work out, I will be miserable. I play sports and stuff. I'm really lucky. I have a really good wife, so that she helps me a lot. I don't know, trying to be physically healthy and just have activities, I guess, to like get your mind off of it. Unfortunately, that it helps in the short term, but like I can't. It's like when I go to bed, right, or like when I'm alone, or the thoughts always keep coming back. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to learn how to cope with, is just like that constant. Like when the distractions are gone, it's like baseline, like behind all of the shit. I'll be behind my daily life. It's just there, and that's kind of like what I'm struggling with. But I guess just like having daily activities to like, yeah, like maybe having a Zoom call once a week where you can just talk to people, or doing a sport, or just like exercising every day, or taking a walk, or getting outside or something. Trying to have like healthy habits to just like get your head out of it, I guess, is what helps me the most. But I can't say it's like super, super effective, but it's better than nothing.
For
Do
sure.
you know what? I should do that because I was gonna say I don't really have anything that I do at all. Or not in nothing like so like some kind of routine that I stick to or anything. But I should definitely use some form of exercise, or what's the word? Physical exercise, something like that. And I was gonna say, I don't really have anything that I'm doing at all to help, but because it's like, what's the word? I'm like, I don't know, becoming an adult or something. You like naturally I would have disregarded all this and just, oh, okay, yeah, adulting, that's just like people deal with that, but I should use something like some kind of exercise that I feel like that would really help.
Yeah, it's been hard since like the lockdowns to like have a normal routine, but like even if you just do something like by yourself, take a walk every day or something. It's better than nothing.
Oh yes.
Walks are the best. Yeah, my friend Carter Steinhoff has been a big advocate for exercise, and says that that's what has really helped him, is just like going in like a forest and like sprinting and like working really hard and then doing like a meditation afterwards. So I definitely think in general for mental health, exercising is good, and just like distracting yourself, actually it's another way to think about it or frame it. Just like doing something to take your mind off it is necessary sometimes. Um, yeah, I really want to put together some trauma healing videos or management for just like exercises you can do um, that will help you manage that trauma when it comes up, because in the moment it's hard to like work with the pain in any way. But there are some techniques that I've found helpful, meditation techniques and things, um, help a little bit at least. Anything that kind of brings you into the moment, like rather than stuck in your thoughts. I've noticed
Ooh, good
helps.
idea. I like the sound of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Even just being aware of like looking around the room or something, being like, okay, I'm sitting in this room. There's a table right here. Like naming things in the room. It's a technique actually. Or I'll just like count my breaths. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 every time I breathe in and out, and it gives me something else to focus on. Um, but it's nice if it's something positive, like yeah, doing stuff with friends or like having social connections is something I'm kind of shitty at, but it's like really helpful. Also, as I said, the reason I want to create like community groups so that there's a little outlet where you can connect and not be all by yourself all the time.
Yeah, I think that's some good ideas for how to stay afloat. It's very good. Um, I would say that generally I trust my own self in being strong mentally, honestly. But I sort of worry about others sometimes, I don't really know other people's or what's going on inside their heads. So, you know, I worry about others sometimes. I want to help. I want to make the difference, I want to help them to fucking, stay afloat or whatever. Oh, but, I feel like it's more than just like staying afloat as well. I feel like there's a whole lot more than you can do. I think people tend to be zoomed in quite far into something that's I don't want to say irrelevant, but I don't know. I think I just see it quite differently. Like there's I don't know, I think there's a lot more than you can do than just stay afloat. Like you could do other things like like I guess sticking to the analogy, you could like fly, you could fly around and just like do crazy stuff that you would never even imagine. So you can't just be kind of limiting yourself. You can do other things out there.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
Did you say fly?
Yeah, just fly.
Uh,
Whatever. I don't know if it makes sense, but like, because I'm just saying, people are quite focused in on like fucking trying not to drown in their own misery and all that, but they should be able to remember that there's a whole world, there's worlds, in fact, worlds is plural, of amazing experiences. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Good point. Yeah. Actually, when I was talking with Carter earlier this week, he said something similar to that too, which was like the other thing that helped him is, just like doing stuff in life that's actually like positive, like playing basketball or like he's a programmer. He does teaches programming and coding, like computer programming, and he actually really likes his job. So like focusing on that or trying to open up his like perspective a little bit to like do other things rather than just like make his life so small where he's just focusing on this all the time. Because that can get a little dark. And so, yeah, for me, I started doing social dancing like salsa dancing or bachata, and did that until the pandemic hit. But I was doing that for like half a year, and it kind of helped open up outside of the genital mutilation bubble to meet some other people.
Ah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
Oh yeah, I heard that's a really good way to meet women.
Yeah, it is a good way to meet women for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
My dad does that.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll
Yeah, salsa dancing.
meet him sometime out on the dance floor. Sorry if I brought up a trauma trigger for you.
Oh no, it's okay.
Uh, yeah, I'm sure he sucks at it.
I've never really seen him, so I don't know.
Probably sucks.
Yeah.
I wonder why some people say that Foragen is a scam. I wonder why.
I'm starting to think that actually, honestly. Don't kill me.
Why?
Well, I mean, actually, uh, so hard to talk when I'm sober. It is really, really hard to talk. Um, well, I don't really think they're a scam, but just, it just feels that way sometimes.
You think they should have achieved forced regeneration decades ago with that $10,000 a month?
Huh?
They should have already achieved it with their whole $10,000 a month.
No, yeah, you're right. It's probably like too little, right?
I'd estimate it's in the millions, if not billions of dollars,
Wow.
if not trillions. I don't actually. It could be. California this year got voted affirmatively by like 1%. I was part of that vote, so I take full responsibility. Just barely passed to like do 200 million or 400 million or something, or sorry, 400 billion to stem cell research. I think it's something 100 billion, and that's just like for basic research, trying to figure shit out. I think that's the right number, but it's a lot of money. It takes a lot of money to like figure this stuff out. It's pretty ambitious to do it on a few $1,000,000, which is what we're hoping to do. But yeah, we haven't even, I think we raised like $500,000 in the past 10 years. So I think the thing where it's a scam comes from is people who have said it's a scam from a certain group. And then everyone's like, oh, it must be a scam because they kind of spread that information around. And yeah, I think it's also because Foragin hasn't always had the best PR. It's kind of just like volunteers trying to do it. And so sometimes we have banned people from the accounts when we probably should have been more diplomatic. And I think that leads to people kind of like hating us and being suspicious. So I think that's part of where it comes from, is certain intactivist groups kind of becoming suspicious because we don't um, have the best. We haven't always been totally diplomatic. If that makes sense. I've also theorized it's partly like the trauma of genital mutilation is just so prevalent in the whole intactivist culture that it kind of creates an air of paranoia and distrust, which happens with
Yeah,
some.
I'm paranoid right now. It's true.
It's not good. Sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
ABC no 123 name says, does anybody know if I can do T-tape restoration while I'm sleeping? I don't know the answer to that.
That's interesting because someone told me, well, they didn't say it directly towards me, but in a public conversation, someone said that they don't recommend restoration during nighttime. I don't know why that is, but that's someone's opinion. I'm not sure why.
I think it's like if you get hard like while you're sleeping, it can like you can actually hurt yourself. That's like the reason I don't do it, because I feel like if I'm like stretching it while I'm sleeping and then I don't know, you could like hurt yourself, you roll over or something. It's not really, but I don't know all the different methods. So maybe there is a method where you could do it safely, but that's why I do it.
I remember reading something about reduced blood flow as to like why they don't do it at night.
Yeah, my thought is that if it could cause some kind of pain or overstretching or something, and then you wouldn't notice it because you're asleep, and could cause damage. I've had damage while I'm awake because I'm not careful or not sensitive or aware of the pain, and then like, oh shit, I tore my skin. So you kind of have to be careful. Yeah, I would probably recommend doing it while you're awake. Although I think I've heard, I think Ron Lau talked about actually doing it while you're asleep. I think you can. You just have to do lower tension for sure, like pretty low tension. So I don't know. I haven't done T-tape. I don't know how well you can control the tension with that. But if you could do low tension, I think you could do it probably. You know, if you know that you can wear it for 9 hours straight and not have a problem, then it's probably okay. Would be my thought. Forest Green Police, you are muted. I don't know if you're aware.
Oh, I was just coughing.
Okay. Coughing, not talking. Merry Christmas, everyone who's on the call.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
This day, our Savior's birth. And in 8 days, we can celebrate New Year's Day, the genital mutilation of our Savior.
Mm.
Oh, I
exciting.
see.
Are you
It's
still
not called
coughing?
Christmas anymore.
What's that?
It's called Xmas.
Why?
I don't know why. That's just what they decided, I suppose. But I'm gonna change it to Zedmus. Just like it more. Oh, I suppose for you that'd be Zemus, because you know, America.
You call it Zed?
Yeah, in England, yeah.
It's odd.
That's the letter Z, the last one, you know. In the alphabet.
Don't you like put a bar through your 7 too?
Ooh, yeah, sometimes. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
That's strange. I'm feeling very judgmental right now, to be honest.
Jordan Norell, I have a question for you.
That's me.
Are you still like confident in? Remember in the video you said ending genital mutilation by like 2025 in America, some other year for some other place, and then like for the world by 2030 or something.
Yeah, I think that's doable. 20. Originally, I was saying 20. I was kind of making a stretch goal, and I was saying 2022 for the U.S., 2025 for all developed nations, 2030 for the world. But then I was like, you know what? That's not actually probably realistic. I'm just trying to like push everyone. I think it's realistic to say like 2025 for the US for sure, if not before then. It's just a nice round number, 2020 or 2030 for all developed nations, 2035 globally. Would still be pretty difficult. I mean, insanely difficult, but I think it's doable.
That'll be so awesome.
What's that?
I said that'll be so awesome.
It would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I have a whole organizational thing that kind of encapsulates a strategy to try to push for that, but I have not released that yet because I want to start with this group that we're going to do on Tuesday and start small and test it out to see how it goes, to kind of figure it out.
New Facebook group.
Yes. Yeah, it's the group's on Facebook right now is the place. I have a link in this chat, I think, to Intact Community is the group's name.
All right, I'll join that right now.
Do it. Yeah. We're going to do like weekly discussion groups that are like focused on different elements of strategy and kind of like very action oriented. This show is more like just a talk show, like random talking about random things, whatever comes up, or whatever news there is, or more like just a shit talking, random stuff. But the group focus of this organization and the groups will actually be very focused on like actions that we can take. There's a community building element too, but it's more like discussing strategy very concretely and kind of comparing different strategies and then committing to actually what actions could we take as a group or what could we actually do. So I got to sign off pretty soon because I need to go work and I'm poor.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go to sleep.
All right. It's
Bye.
Right, well,
Late.
time is it there? Midnight?
It's literally midnight. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
all right.
Alrighty.
Well, thanks for having me on, and have a good night, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, nice
Bye.
to talk with you,
Merry
David,
Christmas.
Thank
Ivan,
you.
and Kyle. Nice having all of you and everyone who's joined today. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, cheers, guys. Suppose I'll
Bye.
leave.
Cheers. Yeah. Join the
All right.
Facebook group and
Thank you.
been doing more of these. So see you again.
All right. Goodbye.
See ya. Okay, I need to shut this off now. How do I do this? This is the point of the conversation where we realize how inept at technology Jordan Norell is. Stop live streams. I think that's it.